then, honestly, today I'm going to be speaking a lot of tree. To me, hello, tree. I'm so say, Mabo. Well, thank you very much for joining us once again. The program is Talk Shop, as you know, where we tell the truth and let the chips fall where they may. You know, you can't what tree was saying. You can't cry. Not the BCBNC. Yeah, right. The BCBNC, you can't cry. Or as we always say, truth crushed to earth shall rise again. Well, before I start today, I just want to send a message of commendation, congratulations to the former president, Mr. John Dramani Mahama. He gave his, and I'm sure many of you saw it, he met the press. There was a media encounter. 3 hours, that man stood up and answered every single question. You may not agree with every single thing he said, but the idea of any candidate deciding essentially, I'm ready to face the press. I'm ready to meet the media, and all the media were there. All the media were there. No plan questions, just come and ask. And he stood up 3 hours and answered all the questions. And I want to say congratulations to him. That's the true sign of democracy. So to all the other contenders, please, I want you all to have the balls and also have your press encounter and stand up for as long as it takes to answer the questions. So kudos to JM. And today we're going to talk on Talk Shop. And the program, no, bear with me, you know, yeah, they mix it more, you know. And next program, no, we say the title is, hey, before, yeah, bro. I don't know how to explain that, but the guys have something they say, modin sane. When the Ghanaian man tells you modin sane, what he has there? Say, oh, obibiniasem. And they will be focusing on modin sane, on Talk Shop. Stick around when the show returns. Modin sane. We'll be right back.
Is it the luxurious rooms? Or the serene green surroundings? Is it the tempting swimming pool? Or the classy conference room? Or the cute gift shop? Maybe it's our chef's array of cooking delights. Whichever way, it's all about Cactus Creek. A most respected hotel. 055 039 5007.
Hi, my name is Angela Metal, a massage therapist at Cactus Creek. My job is simply to pamper you with the 3 R's, to relax you, to revitalize you, and to rejuvenate you. Come and let me pamper you.
055 039 5007.
Yeah, thank you very much. You know, it's very, very interesting. Check this out, though. In Nkrumah on Independence Day, the one thing he said that I really, it touched my heart, though. Nkrumah said, we are going to prove it over to the world. That when the black man is giving a chance, we'll prove to the world that we can manage our own affairs. Just listen to that. It's deep. That's the kind of confidence Nkrumah had in the black man, in the African. He says, when the black man is given a chance, he will prove to the world that he is capable of handling his own affairs. Very, very deep. Folks, the question is, have we proved that to the world? Look at Ghana. Look at Ghana. How many years after independence? I think it's 66 years after independence. We still have schools under trees. Look, don't get me wrong. We are Denyara. I don't think at this stage in the Benyan development at 100%. But there are certain things when you have been independent for 66 years that you should have been able to accomplish. Ebony said schools under trees, not permissible. Eh? Folks, my good friend Kwekuche, so what say? Just look at this. To borrow his words, just look at these things. This is Ghana after 66 years of independence. Poor schools. And the thing is, folks, it's not just schools, though. Every aspect we are lacking, and we could have done much, much, much better. But we didn't prove to the world that we are capable of managing our own affairs. We have only so far, we have proved to the world that we'll keep begging and begging and begging. The Biani is Jessica. What a shame. Isn't it interesting that the whole time Kwame Nkrumah was president of this country, and that is long ago, I know, Ache. So bear with me, Ache. It's been ages. But that whole time Nkrumah was president, we didn't go to IMF one time for a single loan. Nkrumah Koya, the following year, we are at IMF begging for a loan. And since then, we've been there 17 times. And still counting. Now, you see, what is the problem? Because we haven't proved that we can manage our own affairs. Even though we say we are independent, to a very large extent, we are still dependent financially. And it's not the loan, going for the loans alone that kills me. It's why we are going for the loans. While we are piling the debt, look at our schools, look at our streets, look at everything around us and see the degradation. It is not impacting this country positively. It is so sad. What pains me so much, schools under trees. Probably we have people in Ghana today, and you're seeing the footage. Look at the schools they're going to. And they're going to take the same entrance with the kids who are going to GIS. I want you to take a look at the kinds of schools that some of them are going to. GIS, Christ the King, University Primary, all of these schools, as you're seeing. And imagine coming from a school like this. And imagine that even though you're coming from a school like this, and that. Look at both schools on the screen right now, this and that, and think that both students are going to be taking the same examinations. AFA. Both students, the students from both groups are being subjected to the same examinations. They are applying for the same schools. Hey, yeah. But I think what hurts is the failure of leadership. And I mean, let's be real. Let's be real. Charlie, President Nedianim, we are going to borrow money. Why? Because we are broke. The country is so broke. And the president, is so DNM, that alone is embarrassing. Say the beer na ti kwesi bure n'enyim na opatcho say wo se no one fa kra so ni mu a utimi ne di. That alone is embarrassing. But you know what is more embarrassing? You are going to go to somebody to beg for money. Oh, kono wa have private jet. Oh, modin sane. And then can focus on modin sane we be nesem. Wo ohiani. nurses, we can't pay our nurses. We are not treating our doctors right. National service will intimate Trionka. Moses Keniho. Your nurses in Trionka, your nurses be brave, women journey, doctors see journey, be a journey, a day. I'm see Ghanaian yet. I didn't like Ghanaian yet. Was you a democrat, Jumaka cry and try a cat. Shenamko, in Chubiaka, would Ubika 7 months. We're trying 1 month. We see a mom, yes, a mamma. Hey, I want to you. That's what you 1 month. What are we talking about? But in the meantime, in the meantime, while you are broke and you can't pay your own people, while you are broke and you're losing your nurses, you're losing your doctors, you're losing the youth. To say you hear the youth, no. To say youth, when you say if we Jackpot, oh, you feel uncle. The youth are telling us that they don't see any future. That's what the youth is telling us. Oh, I'm saying they don't see any future. That's why they are jackpotting. Told me any chance they get, they travel. Why? Because Musi here. And then when I'm saying here, we hear schools. To say here, we hear hospitals. Massa, the Americans with all these things going on, say here, we put the president in a suit. So Okobobusia. Okay, Metiasia. Here they are Bobusia. Busia so your bonio. Bobusia na the year adi papa. Na den out the year no. Unya sika film na dukutria. Unya bonibia. Busia a good. But many Obobusia now deal with Numa. And so back to the case I was talking about. Here is so much. See a quack of Bobusia. The Kobobusia or Maho, the Kobobusia or Kwesi Bruni ho. Then I make a chibi brain, no, about 40 times embarrassed until I mean, present a chibi brain. Maybe say a couple of war, I didn't be brain. Here, yes, sir, you come, Master Ho, only Master Kwesi Bruni. Master, here you, my baby. So we are traveling abroad, say, you come Bruni, walk Bobusia. You koya, you high plane, you high private jet. I see don't free beer $17,000 for don't free beer near high jet near team aden oh yeah the Kobobusia Winianum and Yaraho. For kind of modern Sunday. You're going to rent a plane and pay $17,000 an hour and use the plane for what? Oh, so that we can go to France and go and see Macron and borrow some money. Massa. Mudin Sane. Charlie, our thinking is not correct. This is something that should disgust anybody. As we say, giant also. You oil, you gold, you timber. Be always you will be. The infant is saying, you develop your processing, you say jump. And we are one of the richest countries of Africa. Now, President so high plane, you take 1,000 aircraft, because you cash. Yeah, we cash, you know. You will gold, yeah, we gold, no cash. Your oil, yeah, we oil, no cash. But we ain't this how. You will gold, your oil, you will need, and so yeah, President of Tisuno Kayo or say, ye see come. And then another the car will. Ye see come. Was he saying, here it is a castle, and so come there. Ampa! It is a castle, and so come there. Now, Nipa it is a castle. I'll come there, no, yen for you. Yen Pharisee at his castle, no come there. Name ye is a calais tesson, a bob busia needy didi. Nay, say a quack of bobusian keko. Minianum, ye behind print private jet. Ye tria $17,000 an hour. Say Edico Bobusia. We will can't, yes, you need bonnie. We can't no be a big parliament say, hey, ye in Miasa. The Mukanamont has here in Miasa. President Okwabucho, Akwabosano, plain or Timdo, Mumpeso Jadu Mwana. This was actually said. He needs to take a shower on air. Sidemikano, please, don't misunderstand me. I believe there are private people right now, I'm between a plane. And yes, one between me, there are some private people who have their own planes right now in Ghana. I can name like 3 or 4. On my plane, they can bath in the plane, they can dance in the plane, they can do whatever, but on more occasion, music cannot talk any day. It's different. Time because I say Ghana was sick, now pie, yes, can for so. Now couldn't fine, now be a cause of a fair, and make us problems in the hole. And so, yet me, you see, karma, and yamma a daddy stay, yamma pa. And your president, a private ship more, a private plane, me for him. But I'm speaking in context. Say in the context of maybe a war as Ghana for no. You know, time, say, you could bob with Sia. Behind aeroplane, Diaco. You can't wear a carboni. I may be on my way, you debate them, say, I think. President Fatas of a plane. My dream, sometimes need to be war. I'm very, very sorry. It got to a point in Ghana, or it's still at the point in Ghana, where we have many intelligent people who have so much to offer, who have so much to say to help to develop this country of ours. What you doing? I think, Okubena Noa. Oh, Pucha, pardon my language here. Oh, Pucha, said you to Fretcher, a ye cry went to me. As it just come to me, even though you're free crown, went to me. So, Puchan be been and Eddie what Tamwa. Say, aye, not the on you. What is happening here? So, unless the whole country thinks alike, and disagrees or agrees to think alike, nothing can go on. So my problem, I make catching because and send me why who can watch my debt. Everything I come from, but I know better. But let them make can with him. So we are not doing that great in this country. And some people have the audacity to say, oh, you need 66 years to pay. Which country to say America, London, do you think they developed overnight? Some will even tell you, actually, building Rome was not built in a day. At the time they were building Rome, at the time they were building America, at the time they were building all those developed states, there was no internet. There was no ICT. There was very minimal technology. None of these things were there. Until they had to build from scratch because they had to build from scratch. Until I just want to build it from scratch. And they built from scratch. Does it mean, sir, today, if there is any country somewhere, let's say they become independent this year, if a country becomes independent this year, should they also go and build from scratch? And I say, they're luckily, even though they're getting independent this year, we have ICT going, we have the internet, we have the information superhighway, we have all these things that have come together. So he's going to take advantage of that and leapfrog. And you have to not start it to say I think you could say I could 2, 3. No. He will leapfrog because whichever country we're about to advancement. So they are not going to start from where many started from. They are just going to join them from the middle and go. Stand it here. Some patcho, those who are making all this one say Ghana yes, sir. But we should not be where we are now Because there's enough advancement in this world, there's enough study, there's enough technology to advance us, and we are not taking advantage of that. That's why our youth is leaving. The youth is leaving. Ofiha no brumu no cross the desert to her cream no could do America. And now could do baby awoko. The first job you're laying, you see, and you be a man over car garage her. Car workshop. So they start, their first job is car washing. From the car washing, being paid once a week, they can rent a small apartment, one room, within 1 month. No team, no teacher and the bill, or whole castle. It's because there are opportunities. And it's because there are openings for people to take advantage of. In Ghana, a doctor for Ghana, a Johnny, a US, a Kuyajuma. Sometimes it is so difficult that even they start or work as security people. No big store being blooming deals, no security. Obi okra medically with security. Then okra with me kakra the baby. Now he gets himself back together in the swing of things like kakra. They go to school, they do their certification and things, and then they start getting into the system. But I'm telling you, the kinds of things that they will accept to do, nobody will accept to do that in Ghana. Why? Because there are no rewards in this country. There are no rewards. Honestly, I think about this a lot. And actually, you know how they say comedians, if you meet a real good comedian, you will realize that one of the things that make them so funny is because they speak the truth. Ultimately cannot cry in such a way. Now it sounds so ridiculous. I'm out for straight, and so I no cry. So this thing I'm saying about talking as deep as possible. No, you watch. I'm going to develop a comedy routine on it. Now I'm here. Not with the maker. So sometimes I think, into Abrofupa leaders, no, when we share, no, discuss African leaders. What do they say? They must think we are a bunch of the most incredible, not incredible, the word is incredible in the negative sense. So it's so incredible, so you can't even believe it. So these people must be so, pardon my language to say, narrow-minded. So I can't believe it. And we do it all the time. Despite all the things that we have in Ghana and everything, but they have all these things, they keep coming to us to beg us so that they can borrow money. You think why folks don't know? Mufisa Brofuno nim say yen Africa yetis kaso. They know. When mom payebo. On payebo and say Onyakopon. E before bebre omutisika bebre sui. I so here on. Nyakopon ye strong. Mom say omo koso nyu about themselves as om dey here for no omumra. No magi loans no. Ni set conditions in my so pebosia was a busian to the man. Nemo mechech or can be a so fast. Nadi Chabosiano, 1 2 years Habosiano, dear, me Fabosiano. They say, oh, master, eh, boss, Sane Frabrofuno, boss, Baco, Pachoka, Yibitria. Then they give us their conditions. Then they are about 2 unipanos, then the pan of bread. And it's not just the loan, the thinking. Listen to this very carefully. The thinking that goes behind, say, Brunisi, Mima alone, or Panic say, a dinner may ya, Machichira Kwe, Sebea, on me, and called that Denya, Debia, or Babamo, Abejibusia. That's the purpose of the law. They give you, and they give you the conditions, and that if you are really, really ready to work in those conditions to pay, it will make sure certain biano. or development and Shadan could be development of Shadan could be the Tempia or Bokakoja Busia. That is what the white folks want. They want us to be in a state that we always, as a last resort, come to them to borrow some money. They like that relationship. Don't think they don't know what you're doing. Anything in Nkrumah, or money to Kwame Nkrumah. It's an open secret now. It is an open secret now. CIA for only 2 Kwame Nkrumah. And if you go and search and go and research, one of the reasons he did 2 Kwame Nkrumah said he was going to make Ghana advance too much and let the rest of Africa follow behind. Like it yen 12 way, we be anyway on ya, or T before yen feel. Think of 2 Kwame Nkrumah. The 2 Kwame Nkrumah and Chebiana and I am for this kind of bread and say, my palm, they are moving here and walk a crack. Mom alone. Was the loan so good that we didn't have to go back again? No, we went again the second time. Second time, was it so good? So Chelsea said one time. No, we went the third time. The third time, say who told you? Say young Kojilompu. No, we went the 4th time. I feel who told you? No, they call 5th time. They call 6th time. Near Koba 7. 8, ni gusuko 9, ni gusuko 10. Hey, my bro, you call 10 times, huh? You call crying you. They call 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. Master, now what you ho? Now, why to me in the Unhuso? Say, Bibi Kakrabe, be a so called Busia. Now, Busia, the amount of soon to me find the Bibian fan nanny around. Let them be at the square. Oh, gee, who I didn't how. Miniano. Me do say 16. And you only jail 17. Then I say people for by what you are nodding. We will never go to the IMF. Yes. Master say the finance minister, we are a proud nation. We can manage our own affairs. We will never go to the IMF.
We are not going to the IMF. Whatever we do, we are not. The consequences are dire. We are a proud nation. We have the resources. We have the capacity.
Listen to them. We will never go to the IMF. And what happened, Minianum? What happened? We went back. They can say I called 17 times. I'm going to tell you. I was here 18 times. 18 one never say about it. Say, oh, and can force him more din Sunday. Who be being some? Now, the important thing I'm saying to them is the last time I called there 17. In the market time, 18 be banana say, it was 17 the end of so you are saying to papa so. Ya find the bia kuntan bia 18 beba na say na obibini de bi obi mo sika wo hia mo na ko sika o de mo a no de hihye ho bia ka ho enti mu tu hye da ntua nwie enya ho na de bia ko he enti obibini wo nwi said there's something wrong with what you're doing modin sale nwi can't we think? And can't we sit down and really come up with a plan that will finally get us out of the clutches of this poverty and mediocrity? These are the 2 bane of Africa, poverty and mediocrity. One day I'll do a show in English and talk about the banes of poverty and mediocrity in Africa. Minka in Africa, in Ghana, let's focus here. But I deliberately decided to do it in tree or majority in tree because I know what I'm trying to get at. Folks, it is not good. Yeah. We are always crying of CD. Inflation is called. Inflation, the inflation, inflation does not mean say you can't say you're fighting inflation. It doesn't mean say there's no longer inflation. Name the rate of increment. That's what it. First now they are 5 cedis. Within 2 weeks, we can do 20 cedis. We can do 40 cedis. But they say the end is the be 5 cedis. Within 2 weeks, no, we can do 20, but not that 15. It won't say my. Oh, Modi said it. Folks, they were Jumaya. And we need people who will admit, say, they were Jumaya. I'm going to wrap up this talk show process here. And then, and some of my book and person said before, I'll continue this. I have there's no way I'm married. I'll come back with the part 2. And before you're fighting. And then to get to a point that me economists, me will be our being, but at least with my common sense, I can put things down that all of us can think about. Say, eti nima biu ha yedi echira yenye ya na. And ya kechi. Amaze ba ne bo no nyum. Osi yesi mu ache. Yesi mu ache o. Mo bia na da mo say 66 years pe. Like I say, America for the time they were 66 now all the vibrant youth. I'm going to do a special show on the youth. And how and why they live in country. So who youth let my bonus say corona el cosono you and it does so be a woman. It is very sad if the youth condemn the country, say there is no future for us in this country. It is very, very sad. We'll talk about all of these things. Pacho enle, what am I doing? Why is it that we keep going to Abrofo near Abrofo Cho? Yeah, I'm wondering, what do the white folks think about us? They have no respect for us. We are not earning it. Yeah, I hear pictures when we hear picture na ombeni abrofo John ya picture ya ko GH meeting. Ya ko we meeting. Ya ko we meeting. Na ko we meeting na anyway pictures dey jam na she suit na Nigeria front they want to look African na she agbada ni wan na ni abrofo na twamfo ni adan because you want to tell them say oh please we are still good boys. More money boss no. Yeah so more. That's what we're doing here. And I'm looking forward to that leader, Oba, because I feel they are bread. Next time we'll go further. This show, I just got carried away and I did it in Chi, but various aspects will be coming as the show progresses. But let me tell you something, man. We'll continue to tell the truth and let the chips fall where they may. And for those of you who do not know, truth crashed to earth shall rise again. Catch up with you.